Bhutam Parichana Sahidam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishada Ginamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namosade Taptaka Anjana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shabhanasade Devi Pranamami Hari Priyavancha Kalpatarupascha Kripasinda Pevacha Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavi Pranamanama Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhudale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunivadi Paschatya Deshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Okay, Mataji, is my screen visible? Full screen?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Hare Krishna, everyone. So today is Varaha Dwadashi. Okay, so that means when the Lord Varaha appeared. So Keshavadrida Shukara Rupa. So the Lord came in a boar form, pig form, but not normal pig, in transcendental pig. Why? Why did the Lord come in this form? So that's today. That's Varaha Dwadashi. Yesterday was Ekadashi. We have already done the fasting even for Varaha Devi yesterday. So today we didn't fast because we had to break our Ekadashi. Okay, and tomorrow it's again a nice day, Nityananda Trayodashi, where Lord Nityananda Prabhu appeared. Again, fasting till noon, but it's up to you to do it. But then you invoke mercy on that day. So Varaha Dwadashi, why did the Lord come in a boar form? Save Mother Earth. Okay, so we'll start with the Dashavatar Stotra. Vasati Darshana Shikhare Dharani Tavalagna Shashini Kalanga Kalevani Magna Keshavadrita Shugara Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare. Oh Keshava, who's Keshava? Killer of the Keshi demon, Krishna. O Lord of the universe, Lord Hari, you who have assumed the form of a boar, all glories to you. The earth, which had become immersed in the Garbhodaka ocean at the bottom of the universe, sits fixed upon the tip of your tusk like a spot upon the moon. So when Mother Earth was inside the Garbhodaka ocean, because so many demons were trying to injure her, capture her, so Mother Earth was actually hiding inside the Garbhodaka ocean. Also during the devastation time, when Pralaya happens, the earth goes inside the Garbhodaka ocean. So who can go inside a muddy place? Only a pig form. So the Lord took a form, but he doesn't become an animal just like that, because he's transcendental, right? Sachidananda. He went inside the deep Garbhodaka ocean and took Mother Earth on his tusk and came back, kept her on position. So that was the Shweta avatar, okay, Varaha avatar. There are two incarnations of Varahadev mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto. We thought only one incarnation. No, twice the Lord came in Varaha form, nearby time. So one was the Shweta avatar, or the white form, okay, white form of the Lord, the pig form, that is the boar incarnation, Shukara Rupa came. That is to save Mother Earth, just to lift Mother Earth from inside the Garbhodaka ocean and keep it back in her position. That was the only pastime happened in the Shweta avatar. Okay, and the other one is Rakta, or white, red incarnation. You can see here the red color of the boar form. He appeared to kill Hiranyaksha, who was Jaya Vijay, right, brother of Hiranyakashipu. So Hiranyaksha was killed in the second incarnation, of the Rakta incarnation. So Lord came in a form of a boar to protect Mother Earth. So how glorious it is to know about the Lord. And also it's Nityananda Trayodashi today. And tomorrow. So we need to know a little bit about Nityananda Prabhu, just 5 minutes, and then we'll go to the chapter. So Nitai is nobody but Balram. Okay, Nityananda Prabhu is Balram. Rajendra Nandan hoil Sachi Suda hoilasai, Balram hoya Nitai. When Rajendra Nanda, the son of Nanda Baba in Vrindavan, came as Sachi Sudha, the son of Sachi Mata. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Balram came as Nitai or Nityananda Prabhu. So when we say Gaur Nitai, it is Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Nitai, who is Nityananda Prabhu. So Nimai and Nitai. Okay. So when you chant the Panchatattva mantra, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. So Nityananda represents, the Lord Nityananda represents the Guru Tattva. Actually, if we tomorrow, if you fast till noon, 12 p.m., it's actually, you can take Ekadashi Prasad, fruits and milk and all, and then at 12 you can just break. You invoke the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Bhavna me Sarvananda Karam Param Harinama Padam Devam Avatuda Shiromani. So he gives you Harinam, or he is the one who gives you the taste to holy name. So we'll just have a small kirtan and then we'll start the class. Nadiya Godru me Nityananda Mahajan Pati ache nama hatta jivera karan. Nadiya godru me Nityananda Mahajan. Pati ache nama hatta jivera karan. Shraddhavan jane hai, Shraddhavan jane hai. Prabhu Raataya bhai mage yehi diksha. Bolo Krishna bhajo Krishna karo Krishna shiksha. Aparada shuniyo ye loha Krishna nama. Krishna mata Krishna pita Krishna dana prana. Nadiya godru me Nityananda Mahajan. Pati ache nama hatta jivera karan. Krishnera samsara karo chariya nachar. Jive doya Krishna nama sarva dharma sara. Jive doya Krishna nama sarva dharma sara. Nadiya godru me Nityananda Mahajan. Pati ache nama hatta jivera karan. So in Nadia is nowhere but Navadip or Mayapur. Nadia Godruma is an island. Great soul called Lord Nityananda has opened a marketplace. Why? To sell the holy name to the conditioned soul. So he is selling holy name. And what is the price you need to pay? Faith. Okay, oh faithful people, oh my brothers, by Lord's command, I ask this charity of you. So Nityananda Prabhu is begging everyone, Bhiksha, please chant Krishna, bhajo Krishna, Karo, kaho Krishna, bhajo Krishna, karo Krishna shiksha. So that means please chant Krishna's holy name, worship Krishna and learn and teach about Krishna. Krishna shiksha is Bhagavad Gita. Chant Krishna's name without offense. Accept Krishna as your mother, Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, right? Accept Krishna as your father. Accept Krishna as your wealth and your life. Give up all sins. Make Krishna your whole world. Be merciful to all souls. That is called Jiva Daya. And chant Krishna's name, Krishna Nama. That is the essence of all religion. This is by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So just imagine how glorious is Nityananda Prabhu, because he gives you Harinam. It's very important to know about Nityananda Prabhu. Okay. And I think I'll go to the class and then we will mention about Nityananda Prabhu towards the end of the section. Okay. So yesterday we okay, I think you won't be able to see the full screen. So yesterday we saw about the chapter 7, okay, how Krishna says, Matta paradaram naniyat kinjidasti dhananjaya mai sarva bigdam protam sutre manigana iva, how there's no one superior to him, and about all that, you know, that everything rests upon Krishna. So that's all done in yesterday's class. And also we stopped with saying that Devishesha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratyaya Mamevaye Prapatyande Maya Etam Tarantite. What was that sloka about? Maya is Krishna's. And how do you cross Maya? Unmute. How do we cross Maya? No one knows.
Association of devotees.
With the association of devotees
and
Guru, and then yes,
by devotee
association. Thank you, Mataji. Yes, by devotee association and by doing devotional service. See, devotee association means it can be gossiping also. So no, that will not happen. But still, Now it can happen. So in devotee association with the help of a guru, doing devotional service, right? Surrendering to Krishna. Now today's sloka, I mean, we'll start with 7.15 and 16, almost related to each other, because it says about 4 kinds of people who surrenders to Krishna and 4 kind of people who never surrenders to Krishna. So these 2 slokas are also important slokas. Namam dushkridinam moda prapattinde naradhama mayaya apahrita jnanam asuram bhavamashritam. Namam dushkridinam moda. So first category is the fools, modas. Prapattinde naradhama, naradhama, lowest of mankind. Mayaya apahrita jnanam, whose knowledge has been captured by Maya. Asuram bhavamashritam, the atheistic or the demonic mentality. These miscreants who are grossly foolish, Mudas, lowest among mankind, Naradama, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, Maya Abhadajnanam, who partake in the atheistic nature of demons, that is Asuram, do not surrender to Krishna. They don't. Why? Because they don't believe in the Lord and they don't want to accept him as an authority. Okay, so these are the reasons, these are the 4 kinds of people who don't surrender to Krishna. Good, we don't belong to all these people. We were like this before, but might be in previous janmas, but somehow because of the mercy of Guru and Krishna, we are here. Okay, so these are the 4 kind of people who do not surrender to Krishna. Mudas are grossly foolish. Okay, the example given by Prabhupada is ass. So the ass, the donkeys, what do? Just for a pinch of a handful of grass, they work so hard. They take a lot of weight over their back. One second. So they take lot of weight over the back, and just for a grass is available everywhere. So the asses are like grossly foolish. And Naradamas are lowest of mankind because their consciousness is so low that they don't even know we are soul. And Asuram Bhavamashima, the envious or the atheistic people, or the demonic qualities. And Maya Abhradajnanam is their knowledge is stolen by illusionary energy. Even great scientists, they don't know. When Prabhupada asked his great scientist, what do you think after death? What's going to happen? He's like, I'll die. Then what happens after death? Nothing. End of everything. So they don't know about next life, rebirth. They don't know about transmigration of soul. That means their knowledge, they have knowledge, but it's stolen by Maya. So this is the example given. The ass as a muda sees so much heavy weight. And then for what? Just some grass, right? And you know about Ravan. He so much he meditated on Lord Shiva. Finally, what happened? He destroyed himself, right? And then so his knowledge has been captured. And then the Naradhamas are the Jaya and Vijay. Okay, they are Naradhamas. They were saved by Nittai. Now, who are the 4 kind of people who surrenders? Chaturvida pachante mam jana sugridina orjuna arto jitnyasur attarti jnani cha paradarshapa. Okay, these are the 4 kind of people who surrenders to Krishna. Okay, Chaturvida bhajante mam. 4 kind of people do devotional service to Krishna, and they are sukritis. They are sukritis. The other 4 were dushkritis. Okay, they are sukritis. Now, who are they? Arto, Jitnyasur, Artarti, Jnani. If you understand the meaning and learn the Bhagavad Gita slokas are going to be on your fingertips. It's going to be very easy. Because you try to mug up the sloka without knowing the meaning, it looks like Greek and Latin to you. See, Chatur means 4. Vida, bhajante mam. Do devotional service. Jana sukritina Arjuna. Oh, Arjuna, they are sukritis. Who are they? Arto, Jitnyasur, Artarti, Jnani. Cha Bharadarshava. Oh, best among Bharatas, Arjuna, 4 kind of pious men render devotional service unto me. The distressed. Okay, Artho, distress. When we have a lot of problem, we go to the Lord. Jitnyasu. Jitnyasu means who's inquisitive, who likes to know about things. Artarti, desire of wealth. And Jnani, who's searching for knowledge of the absolute. And among these 4, who's the best, you think? You can unmute. Who's the best?
Jnani.
Why?
The one who is searching for knowledge.
Why? Yes, you're right. Jnani, why? Why?
Because when we are searching for knowledge, we are somehow searching for the wisdom of knowing the eternal God. And we try, and only when we try to know him and understand him, will we devote the fruits of action to him, and we will be a devotee. and surrender
that
onto
means
him.
that means a jnani doesn't expect anything from Krishna, right? He doesn't want anything. Okay, he wants to know about Krishna. That's okay. If someone wants to know about me, I'm happy. Like someone, but they don't want anything from me. They don't want wealth from Krishna. They don't want their distress to be gone, or they don't want they don't doubt Krishna. So they are the best. Krishna mentions that jnanis are the best because they don't want anything from Krishna, because they will land up to pure devotional service, which is Anya Bilashida Shunyam. They don't have any other desire except to know about the Lord. That's a good thing. Jnana Yoga is also good, no? To know about Krishna, because Krishna says, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yoviti tatvada tekta deham punarjanma naidi ma medi sorjana. So if you know about the Lord, then there's no punarjanma. So for jnanis, yes, they don't expect anything else in return. And what else? If someone is in distress, once the distress is over, they tend to forget God. Or if they want a lot of money, once they get the money, they forget Lord. So that might happen. So Krishna says, jnanis are the best. Okay, quickly tell me these the pastimes. Who's this first picture?
Gajendra.
Gajendra. Which 4 category he comes in? Does he want wealth? Does he want distress? Very good. So Gajendra is in distress because a crocodile caught him, and he's in distress calling out to Lord. Second one,
Draupadi.
Which category? Distress. Good. She's distressed, and her husband's nobody could help, and finally the Lord came. Third one,
Parikshit.
Mm-hmm.
Devaki.
No.
Ashtavakra.
Shukdev Goswami.
Very good. Shukdev Goswami in the womb of his mother Vatika, and whose wife? Vyasdev's wife. Okay. Very good. And what happened? Shukdev Goswami didn't come out for 16 years. He was in his mother's womb, 14 years. And then he didn't come out because he thought Maya might capture. And then Vyasdev had to call Krishna, both as the lords themselves. But just a pastime, he came, and the Lord assured that Shukdev Goswami, nothing is going to happen to you. You come out, you will become a great devotee of mine, and you'll never forget me. So this picture is little confusing for everyone. This is Vatika, Vyasdev's wife, and she's distressed because her baby is in the womb for a long time. Okay, and the fourth picture.
Parikshit Maharaj.
Very good, Parikshit Maharaj. Which category he comes?
Inquisitive.
Yeah, not he was distressed in the beginning because
Inquisitive.
he's going to die for 7 days, but he became inquisitive. He wanted to know about the Lord. What should I do in the last 7 days? That's inquisitive. Very good. This one.
Dhruv Maharaj.
Yeah, for what?
Artharthi.
That means wealth. Wealth. He wanted to become a greater king than his father, and he won money from the Lord. But later on, he changed. Okay, next one.
That's Hanuman.
Hanuman.
No.
Vali.
Sugriv, because his wife, Bali captured his wife, no? So he came back to Lord Ram to get his wife. So again, that is kind of an Artharthi. Last one. How Bhagavatam started? Naimisharanyam. Very good. So the Goswami explains. And which category they come?
Searching for knowledge.
Jnanis. Very good. They are jnanis. Okay, 16,000 sages came to Naimisharanya and asked 6 questions. The Bhagavatam starts with the 6 questions of the sages of Naimisharanya. That's the first chapter. And they are jnanis. They have a lot of knowledge, and they have come to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from Sudha Goswami, who was a disciple of Shukadeva Goswami. Okay, so yes. So out of all these, jnanis are the best. 4 kind of people surrender to Krishna. 4 kind of people doesn't surrender to Krishna. Okay, so that slokas you should know. Sukritis are pious people who surrenders to Krishna. Okay, they are adherent to the regulative principles of scriptures, and they follow all the regulations. They are devotees. They are devotees. We all belong to these 4 categories. But as we progress in devotional service, then we understand Krishna gives everything what we want. We don't have to ask for him. And distress is coming because of our past karma. Everything we understand, then we become completely pure of all these. So that's okay. Krishna says, that's okay. You're coming to me, right? At least they're going to Krishna. They are not like the other 4 categories who are not going to Krishna. So Artho, Artharthi, Jnani, Jitnyasu. Artho is the distressed. Artharthi is the wealth seeker. They want money. Jitnyasu is inquisitive. and jnani, who wants knowledge of the absolute truth. So these are the 4 categories of pious people. Are they pure devotees? No, because they have some motive. If you have some motive to go to Krishna, your devotion is not pure. You expect something. Prahlad Maharaj says it's not a business god that you ask something, I give something, give and take. This is the business. For pure devotees, they don't want anything. So they don't know, because they have some aspiration to fulfill in exchange of devotional service. They chant Hare Krishna because they have a goal, some motive, something material. If you have spiritual things, like you want Krishna prem, you want love of Godhead, that's different. But a pure, even moksha, you should not, pure devotees doesn't ask for moksha. So what is pure devotional service? Anyabhilashidarshunyam jnana karmadana anukulena krishnanushirinam bhaktiruttama, rendering devotional service favorably without desire for material profit or gain. Okay, so that is pure devotion, but that is difficult to reach. We are all in neophyte stage. As we progress to Madhyama and Kanishta to Madhyama to Uttamadhikari, then like pure, like Srila Prabhupada, who's a pure devotee doing pure devotional service. But Krishna gave everything. And what about Sukridinas? Where will they go? They're also pious. Okay, so they become purified. Slowly they become purified. They are not lost. At what stage do Sukridinas become pure? I mean, they are free of all these material desires. Okay, when the material desires go away from the heart, and then when they fully understand that Krishna is, they do everything for Krishna, and then their devotional service become pure. And what is the hope for miscreants to regard to devotional service? For them, devotional service is difficult because their lives are selfish, irregular, without spiritual goal. Is there any hope for time? If by chance they come in contact with a pure devotee, they also become pure devotees. Okay, so by associating with pure devotees, then there's a chance of getting pure devotional service. So we know the 4 kinds of people. Okay, and who's the best? You already told, jnani. Okay, why? There's so many reasons. Because they are in full knowledge of the absolute truth and they are free from material desire. They don't want anything and engage in pure devotional service. And Lord is very dear to him and he is dear to the Lord. When one is in pure knowledge of the transcendence of the Supreme Lord, material contamination cannot touch him. Okay, so jnanis are the best. Okay, we might be distressed, we might be desiring for wealth, we might be inquisitive in the beginning. But then slowly, if you come to the jnani stage, then it's easy to go back to Krishna. And Krishna says jnanis are the best. Okay, so 4 kinds of people doesn't surrender to Krishna. Muda naradamas mama namam dushkinam muda prabatyande naradhama mayaya abhridatnyanam asuram bhavamashritam. Then 4 kinds of people who surrenders. Chaturvita bhajante ma jana sukridina orjuna artho jitnyasu artarti jnani cha paradarshapa. So 4 kinds of people who don't surrender and who surrenders. Okay, so that was 15 and 16. Then we come to 18. Udhara sarva evaite jnani tva atmaiva me matam ashtita sahi yuktatma mam evanuttamam gatim. All these devotees are undoubtedly magnanimous souls. They are great souls. But he who is situated in knowledge of me, that is jnanis, I consider to be just like my own self. Krishna says jnanis are the best. But being engaged in my devotional service, transcendental service, is sure to attain me the highest and most perfect goal. So jnanis, definitely they go to Krishna. Why are we doing level 1, level 2, level 3? To become jnanis of Krishna, to know about Krishna, right? Otherwise, why should we take all this trouble? Why Prabhupada made this Bhakti Shastri and all this compulsory for Brahmanic initiation and all, so that we know about Krishna, knowledge, the wisdom we get about him. Why we want a lot of knowledge about Krishna? Not to show off or get some degree, but to become fixed in devotional service, so that we become, first is theory. Nobody gets realized just like that. You can't become a realized soul just like that. When people say you have only theory knowledge, not realization, but that's a process. You start from theory and then slowly you get realized, right? So realization just can't happen just like that, and you can't keep quiet, okay, without studying the scriptures. So first theory and then practical application and realization comes. Then this is also another important sloka, so many slokas in this chapter. Okay, how can someone get completely surrendered to Krishna after so many births? Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prabatyade vasudeva sarva iti samahatma sudurlabha. Bahunam janmanam ante, after many births and deaths, Jnanavan mam prapattati. He who's actually in knowledge surrenders to the Lord. Vasudeva sarva iti. He knows Krishna as the cause of all cause and all that is. Samahatma sudurlabha. Such great souls are very rare. Not just rare, not just durlabha, sudurlabha. Very rare. Because not everyone will be able to completely surrender their life to Krishna. Not completely. So this is for great devotees who completely surrender to Krishna. That will happen after so many life. Okay, it's not easy. That's why you don't see much devotees in ISKCON or much Krishna devotees. Okay, you see the other devotees more. Why? Because it's not easy to surrender to Krishna, and it takes a lot of janmas to realize Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. It's not easy. So how fortunate are we that by Srila Prabhupada's mercy, we are able to understand a little bit about Krishna and come. So realization of one fully in knowledge. Okay, we should be understand this pastime. This one is actually the Gaura Arati. You know, the Gaura Arati we sing Kiba Jaya Jaya Gaura Chanda Arati Kashobha. So this picture actually represents the Sandhya Arati. Okay, so bhakti or devotional service is very rare. Why? Why is it rare? Krishna gives you wealth, Krishna gives you everything, but Krishna won't give bhakti. Why? Anyone knows? This is from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Why Krishna doesn't give bhakti? Because Krishna?
Because he wants us to realize it and be, devotional.
Yeah, before that you should know something about Krishna, no? But he doesn't give.
Because Krishna does not have bhakti. I mean, this is why he comes. This is why he comes in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to know what bhakti.
Yeah, but even that is true. He gives this thing. He doesn't know about himself, so he gives. But he could give bhakti to everyone, no?
Mataji, he gives it according to the amount of surrender.
Yeah, before surrendering, you should now have some faith in him.
One has to earn bhakti.
How? By how to do that?
Bhakti yoga is the highest.
Yes. Okay. All of you are partially right. He doesn't give bhakti to everyone because the devotee can capture Krishna. Krishna becomes bought, or you can buy Krishna, or you can just Krishna sells himself to the devotee, to a devotee. So Krishna doesn't give devotion to everyone because Krishna becomes so addicted to the devotee that Krishna doesn't want that. He looks you whether you're sincere, you actually want devotion, and then Krishna gives by the Guru's mercy. But then Krishna just can give you, he can give you anything else, even moksha, even mukti, bhukti, siddhi, everything he gives. But then when it comes to devotion, Krishna is like, let me check whether this person is sincere. And yes, he gives you independence, you can decide, but then Krishna takes only selected souls from here and there, and then gives bhakti, so that Krishna becomes surrendered to the devotee, or Krishna becomes addicted. He can be bought or he can be controlled by a devotee. So Krishna becomes aham bhakta paradina. He becomes so soft heart, like a butter for a devotee, and like a thunderbolt for a non-devotee. So how fortunate are the souls be into devotional service. It's not easy. We are not knowing, we don't value what we have. So the chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, and yes, pure devotional service is rarely achieved, but at least some kind of devotion Krishna is are able to chant. We are able to chant the holy name because of Krishna's mercy, right? And just imagine how much Ajnada Sugridis all of us have done. Okay, please take care of your mic. Okay, so what happens is, first you realize Krishna, and then there is there's some people they surrender to the demigods, and some are impersonalized. Okay, those who have no knowledge. Then those whose intelligence has been stolen by material nature surrenders to demigod, follow the particular rules and regulation of worship according to their own nature. Okay, but Krishna says that's not wrong. He is there in everyone's heart as the super soul, and as soon as one desires to worship some demigod, Krishna makes his faith steady so that he can devote himself to that particular deity. Okay, so Krishna is the one who is actually, when you pray to the demigods, they bless you, but who is actually blessing? The authority is coming from Krishna.
Okay, the Brahma Samhita also says that. So it's not wrong in worshiping the demigods, but then your material desires should be there. We know Lord Shiva is Vaishnavanam Yada Shambhu, right? He's the best among devotees. So when you pray to Lord Shiva, ask for Krishna brain or Krishna Bhakti, he'll give you. Okay, then if you pray to Ganesha, pray that no obstacles should come in the path of bhakti. So don't ask any material things. Krishna is like, why should you ask for it? Does a small baby ask the mother for milk and food and everything? Mother knows what the baby needs. Similarly, Krishna knows what you need, so he'll give you according to your karma. You don't have to ask for it, right? Men of small intelligence worship the demigods, and their fruits are limited and temporary. Material things are temporary. Those who worship the demigods go to the planets of demigods, but my devotee ultimately reach my supreme planet. Yad gatvana nivartande tadamam paramam mama. So why are they considered less intelligent? Because they're asking something which is temporary, Okay, so yes, so based on the choice of worship, different modes of nature. Okay, they are in Rajagun, mostly in Rajagun. Okay, the demigod worshippers are in Rajagun, and they go to their planet. Even if you go to Brahma's world, what will happen? What is that which is common in Brahma's world and also on Earth and everywhere? All the planets.
It
Very
gets
good.
over after a particular time period.
Yeah, and birth and death is common, right? Janma mrityu jara vyadhi. Ah Brahma bhuvanar loka punar avartin orjuna. Even if you go to Brahma's world, there is rebirth, right? So what is the use of going to somewhere? And as Mother is told, it has a time period. You have to go. Then once your visa is over, you have to come back again. But when you go to Krishna's world, it's not like that. Okay, so Krishna makes the faith steady and required for the living entity to worship the demigod. And Krishna bestows benefit through the demigods to living entities. And what is the result? They go to the demigod planets. So, but even if you go there again, Shine Punye Martilogam Vishanti, you have to come back. But Krishna's devotee, they go to the supreme planet of Krishna, where results of demigod worships are perishable. Whatever the demigods give us, that's all perishable. But then result of devotional services, unlimited and eternal, can be taken to next life. Can we take our property, our bank balance, our degrees to the next life? No, but we can take devotional service to the next life. It's never lost. Salpamapyasya dharmasya trayade mahatvo bhayat. Okay, so what is the nature of their worship? So they follow Karma Kanda section. They get attracted to material enjoyment and they want quick results. They can't wait. But for bhakti, you need Ulsaha Nishya Dhairya. They need a lot of patience in bhakti. So what's their philosophy? They believe that one who worship a demigod can reach the Supreme Lord. They think everything, all the rivers flow to the sea. They think everything is, but it's indirect worship. Okay, and they accept demigod as equal to Krishna. That's actually an offense. And they think many gods are there. A particular demigod is supreme, they think, instead of Krishna. These are all their philosophy of the demigod worshippers. And they think they are the enjoyer and they desire superior enjoyment in higher planets. Okay, the intelligence are lost. And they perform their prescribed duties and they worship the demigods and they perform sacrifice. He achieves the higher planetary system and enjoys the pious result. But then what happens? Again, he come back to this material world. So that's why it is risky. Avyaktam vyaktimapanna manyante mam abuddhaya param bhavam ajananto mama vayam anuttamam. Unintelligent man who do not know me perfectly think that I, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, was impersonal before and have now assumed this personality. Due to their small knowledge, they do not know my higher nature, which is imperishable and supreme. So they don't know about the Lord. They think he's impersonal, not a person. But the person form is the best or the highest Bhagavan feature. Then only you'll start developing the prema or the reciprocation happens, because only a person can love someone. So Krishna is the Supreme Personality, but unintelligent person doesn't know that. And this sloka is also important. He says, I'm not exhibiting to everyone. Naham prakasha sarvasya yoga maya samavritaha modo ayam na bijanati loko mam acham avyayam. Naham prakasha sarvasya. I never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. Krishna doesn't manifest to them. For them, he's covered by the eternal creative potency yoga maya. And so the diluted world knows me not, who am unborn and infallible. So Krishna is ajam avyayam. He's unborn, right? And infallible, he's Achyuta. He doesn't fall from his position, but Krishna doesn't expose to the unintelligent people and foolish people because they can't handle it. They can't take it. So we can't give the 10th standard max questions to a 5th standard child. They can't understand. Similarly, the foolish people, unintelligent people cannot understand who Krishna is. Lord Krishna never manifests to the foolish and unintelligent. Okay. So for understanding Krishna, only pure devotees can understand, like the Pandavas, Bhishma, and others. Except devotees, all consider him as ordinary. When Krishna appears, they feel like Avajanati Mamuda Manishim Tanimashridam. They think he's just a normal person. So the impersonalists, they do not know Lord as unborn and infallible, and the Lord hides from this foolish people. Lord gets covered by his internal potency. Okay, so the Lord covers himself and the foolish doesn't know him. Avajanati Mamuda Manishim Tanimashridam. Okay, not everyone will be able to understand the Lord. Demons could not understand. Krishna appeared. Kamsa was just thinking he's just a normal boy, right? Shishupal also thought Krishna is just a normal person. They can't understand Krishna. So later on, the last slokas, it talks about knowing Krishna as the source of both material and spiritual energy. Oh Arjuna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past, that's happening in the present, things are yet to come. I also know all living entity, but me, no one knows. Nobody knows about the Lord, in the sense, in truth, because Krishna is unlimited. We won't be able to understand him completely. Nobody could understand the Lord completely except pure devotees, because Krishna is unlimited. Is it able to understand unlimited? But by Krishna's mercy, we will be able to understand a little bit by the mercy of the Acharyas and Guru. O son of Bharata, O conqueror of the foe, all living entities are born into delusion, bewildered by dualities arising from desire and hate. So every human being or conditioned soul is covered, right, by Maya, and we are bewildered. So persons who acted piously in previous life and in this life, and whose sinful actions are completely eradicated, are free from the dualities of delusion, and they engage themselves in Krishna's service with determination. Okay, so it's not easy to surrender, do devotional service. After a lot of punya in the life, after that we realize and we become free from dualities of delusion. Then engage in the service with determination. You can see how happy they are chanting the holy name. Okay, so desire and hatred cause them to be bewildered by dualities. Okay, we desire something, we hate something. Okay, so how living entities are covered by Maya, desiring to enjoy separate from Krishna. Okay, so this is the reason why we fell from the spiritual world, because we wanted to enjoy without Krishna. Okay, and separation from pure knowledge, thus covered by illusionary energy. So what happens? The illusionary energy, Maya. So Maya, there are two Mayas, no? Mahamaya and Yoga Maya. So Mahamaya covers actually the non-devotees, and Yoga Maya covers the devotees. So what are the symptoms of such delusion? They want to become one with the Lord. What is it called? Which type of mukti is it to become one with the Lord? Anyone knows? Becoming one with the Lord, which the demons. Very good. That's Sayuja Mukti. Sayuja Mukti means to merge into the existence of Lord. So that is called Brahmananda. Means they like to be merging into the existence. So there is something called Vishayananda. That means you become happy by getting all these material things. But that's temporary. Brahmananda is you get merged into the Brahman or become one with the Lord. That is also temporary. Next is Premananda. You get love of Godhead. That's good, very high stage. But above that is Sevananda. You do service and you become happy. So that's the highest happiness. So, but then the Maya, people think that they are one with the Lord and they want to become one with God. Okay. And they think that the Lord is also created by some energy, and they have all these delusions happening. So how can they get free from the covering of Maya? We have to recognize Krishna's supremacy and become a devotee of Krishna. Okay. So becoming a devotee is a great thing. because it's not easy. And after so many janmas, and not only that, we didn't do any much pious things. It's because of the mercy of an Acharya of Srila Prabhupada. We got this. When Prabhupada went to America and he made them devotees, they asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, we are chanting Hare Krishna mantra and we have completely changed. How did this happen? Prabhupada's like, I made you fortunate. I gave this good fortune. So it's actually the mercy of an Acharya or a Vaishnava. We actually get this. Otherwise, we don't deserve it because we all were living like cats and dogs in so many janmas, but it's because of a pure devotee we are here. So qualification of devotee to perform devotional service, determined devotional services, what? Actually, you should be pious in the previous life. That's the real qualification. And ceasing to act according to desire and hatred, freedom from dualities of delusion. Okay, and sinful actions are completely eradicated. So it is said that you should be pure completely and then surrender. It's also said you surrender and then you become pure. Both ways, right? It's because the process itself is purifying. Okay. The process itself is purifying. So for whom is it difficult to transcend the dualities of desire and hatred? Those who are sinful, atheistic, foolish, okay, and impersonalist who lack knowledge. They also can't understand Krishna. Forgets one position and becomes subordinate to the Lord. How to be situated on the spiritual platform? How can we come to a spiritual platform? And who can accept the process? Those who are practicing the regulative principles of religion, who acted piously and not free from sinful reaction. And gradually they can meditate in trance on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the best process is the elevation is possible in Krishna consciousness in association of your devotees. This is very important, okay? Association of devotees is very important. That's the best process. So if we have done any sin, the best atonement or prayaschitta is chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna will take care of all the offense, okay? So actually there is no qualification needed to do the devotional service. Tatra laulyam apimulya kevalam kodi janma sukrita na labhyate. Prabhu Goswami says, Tatra laulyam, desire, intense desire to do devotional service. That is needed. Okay, intense desire to know Krishna. What is the results of this? Association with materialist people is a path for darkest region of existence. Asat sangatyage Vaishnavachar. You should not associate with materialistic people much. Okay, in our working place, in our home also, we have non-devotees. We need to associate, but don't take association from them. Give association, don't take. So living entity can get liberated from bewilderment by devotional service to Krishna or by Krishna consciousness. Devotees traverse earth to recover the conditioned souls from their delusion, and that is their mercy. Association of great devotees, Mahat Seva, is the door to liberation open. So Mahat Seva has to be done, that you have to serve a devotee, okay? Then you'll be able to go ahead. Jaramarana mokshaya mama shrityaya tantiye te brahma tatvidu krishnam adhyatmam karma chakilam. Intelligent persons who are endeavoring for liberation from old age and death take refuge in me in devotional service. They're actually Brahman because they entirely know everything about the transcendental activities. So yajandehi sumedasa, intelligent people will take to devotional service, not unintelligent. So you should be intelligent enough because they know there's no other way only except bhakti yoga. Sadi budadi daivam mam sadi yatyam chaye viduhu prayana kale apichama te viduryukta chedasaha. Those in full consciousness of me, who know me, the Supreme Lord, to be the governing principle of material manifestation of the demigods and all of methods of sacrifice, can understand and know me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even at the time of death. So who is this in the picture? Yes. So what is the boon he had? Some boon he had?
Mrityu.
To give
He can leave it. Yeah.
Body whenever he wish.
Yes. So he was waiting for Uttarayan, no? He was waiting actually for Krishna. And then Krishna came and he chanted something, no, before leaving?
Vishnu Sahasranam.
Yes. So the Vishnu Sahasranam. How can someone in the bed of arrows and in so much pain praise Krishna, chant 1,000 names of Vishnu, looking at the Lord. How is that possible? And also Krishna told Yudhishthira Maharaj, go to Bhishma Dev and ask so many questions. And Bhishma Dev answers so many questions about transcendental knowledge. How is it possible? Because he's a great devotee. He comes in the 12 Mahajans, right? So he comes there. Swayambhu Narada Shambhu Kumara Kapilo Manu Prahlado Janako Bhishma Bali Vaiyasakir Vayam. So the 12 Mahajans are there. So in that, Bhishma also comes one. So Swayambhu Narada Shambhu. Swayambhu is who? Brahma. Narada Shambhu, Lord Shiva. Okay. And then Kumaro Kapilo Manu. The 4 Kumaras, Kapila Dev and Manu. And then Prahlado Janako Bhishma. Prahlad Maharaj, Janaka Maharaj, and Bhishma Dev. So Bhishma also comes there. Bali Vaiyasakir Vayam. That means Bali Maharaj and Vyasdev and Yamaraj. So all these are the 12 Mahajans. So Bhishma Dev comes under Mahajan. Even though he had to support the Kauravas and he was against, he was against the Pandavas in the Kurukshetra war, but still Bhishma was internally supporting and he always likes the Pandavas, right? Just because the government servants have to follow the rules of the government, because Bhishma Dev come under the dynasty and under the rule of Dhritarashtra, he had to obey him. But otherwise, Bhishma always, he's a pure devotee and he likes Arjuna and he likes all the Pandavas, right? So you see how glorious his death is. How do we know a soul, a person is a nice devotee or pure devotee? Just watch how he died or how he passed his life, how his soul left the body. That proves how great a devotee is, because the Krishna can understand, and means those who know him will, even at the time of death, they can remember the Lord. So this Krishna opens a door to the next chapter. The 8th chapter talks about how one can remember Krishna towards the end, and about death and all that comes, no? Antakalesha Mameva, or the Ajamila story and Bharat Maharaj story comes in the 8th chapter. So Krishna is opening a door by saying that even at the time of death, a pure devotee remembers him. But what will happen if there is some accident, if you die during the sleep? Anyone knows? Then you can't remember Krishna, no?
So Krishna himself come and say his name in the ear.
Yes, so that means Krishna will remember the devotee. Krishna says, if you are a devotee and by some like sudden death or in the sleep or something, you're not able to remember him, Krishna will remember you. Krishna gives the intelligence to remember him. So, but then for that, we should become a pure devotee. So that's why we are practicing. We are all doing sadhana bhakti. This is sadhana bhakti. This is Vaidhi sadhana bhakti. According to rules and regulations, we are doing the bhakti under a spiritual master. That's how you start bhakti. Sadhana bhakti, you have Vaidhi sadhana bhakti. Then as you do bhakti, you go to Raganuga bhakti. That means spontaneous attraction to Krishna. Next is Bhava bhakti and Prema bhakti. So when you reach that stage, then the devotee is like a fish out of water. He can't live without Krishna and becomes a pure devotee. So even at the time of death, that's the most dangerous situation. And that's when the devotional services are tested. So why are we practicing so much to chant and know all these shastras? So that we remember the Lord at the end and can go back to him. So if we can't remember, if pure devotees are not able to remember, Krishna will remember the devotee. Okay, so Bhishma Dev is so glorious. Devotees can know Krishna at the time of death and can go back to him. Okay, so anyone know who this is? Who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lifting and great devotee? No idea?
Haridas Thakur.
Very good. That's Haridas Thakur. Okay, so Haridas Thakur was Lord Brahma himself. Right? Haridas Thakur is Nama Acharya. He chanted 3 lakh name of Krishna every day. He's a pure devotee of the Lord. So finally, Haridas Thakur told to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, anyway, you're going to end your pastime. Please let me leave my soul before that. And he looked at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and said, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, and then his soul left. And then he's a great soul, greatest devotee. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself lifted his body, which is also spiritual, gave him a bath at Ganges and buried him and did a big harina and gave Mahaprasad to everyone. So this is very important to know that devotees at the time of death knows him. How to become Krishna conscious? beginning with association of devotees. Okay, so A, B, C, D of spiritual life. What is the A, B, C, and D? 1 second. Yes.
Association.
A for association, B for books,
Ha.
For chanting.
B for devotional service.
Diet and devotional service. Okay, D for diet, actually, Krishna Prasad. A for association, B for books like Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, C for chanting the holy name, D for diet and devotional service. Yes, so that's very important. So how to become Krishna conscious? Begin with association of devotees. Okay, that is very important. And what is the surety of the person acting in Krishna consciousness? He never deviates from the path of understanding Krishna, and he understands Krishna in the transcendent in all association, and he understands Lord as the governing principles and the manifestation of the Lord of even the demigods, and gradually he become convinced of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, so it's very important, and at the time of death he can never forget Krishna and then go to Goloka. So there are the three principles: Adi Buddha, Adi Deva, and Adi Yajna. Adi Buddha is the governing principle of material manifestation, Adi Deva of the demigods, and Adi Yajna of sacrifice. Now all this is Krishna. So Dhrita Vrita is determined faith. Beginning of bhakti is Ado Shraddha. Tado sadhusanga, bhajana kriya, and athanivritti, then it goes like that. So to prema. So the first is faith, conviction that simply by hearing and glorifying the Supreme Lord, all the objectives will be fulfilled. Shravanam, Kirtanam, nothing else to be done in Krishna consciousness. Okay, and then we go back. So it's Nityananda Prabhu's appearance day tomorrow. Just quickly I'll go through it. That is Nityananda Trayodashi tomorrow. So please fast till noon, because Nityananda Prabhu is nobody but Balram. Okay. So appearance of Nityananda Prabhu. Brajendra Nandan Jai Sachisuda Hoilasai Balram Hoila Nitai. Lord Krishna, who was the son of King of Braja, became the son of Sachi, Lord Chaitanya, and Balram became Nitai. So it's his appearance day tomorrow. Today is Varaha Dwadashi. So in the beginning of the class, I spoke about Varahadev, and then so we already fasted yesterday and we broke the fast today because it was Ekadashi. Tomorrow is Nityananda Trayadashi. You can fast till noon or take Ekadashi Prasad. So Lord Nityananda is identical with powerful Balram himself, and he was born in Ekachakra Dham on the 13th day of waxing and waning of the moon, and his parents were Padmavati and Hadai Hoja, Hadai Pandit. Nitya plus Ananda is Nitya is eternal, Ananda is happiness. So Nityananda, he's Balram, he's Guru Tattva. Okay, so if we fast on such day, you get the mercy. So he imitates Krishna's pastimes with his friends when he was young, and he also acts as Lakshman. And so many times, so many leelas happened that he used to enact the Kaliya pastime, killing Putana, all this when he was young. So he was born 13 years before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. He's 13 years elder to Mahaprabhu. And he also acted as Lakshman once. And when Lakshman was unconscious, after killing Indrajit with the bow arrows of Ravan, and then what happens is Hanuman is supposed to give the herbs from the mountain, but that child forgot, and Nitai was actually kind of so much fainted, unconscious, that he had no life, the signs of life. He stopped breathing and all that, and everyone was so worried. Suddenly that child remembered, I have to act as Hanuman. So he went, and from the mountain he took some herbs and made it smell for Nitai, and then he came out of consciousness. And he also came in the dream of Sachimata. So later on, when Sannyasi came and asked Padmavati and Hadai Pandit to give their child as charity, so Nityananda Prabhu was given to the Sannyasi, and he took him for the pilgrimage. And then finally he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the pastimes happened. He gave Harinam to everyone. He came in the dream of Sachimata and said that we have come in Kali Yuga instead of Krishna and Balram. So that's Nityananda Prabhu. And then he delivered even Jagai Madai, right? So the two Naradamas of Jagai Madai. So Nityananda Prabhu is so merciful. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was about to take his Sudarshan Chakra, but just by Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, they both got delivered. So how merciful Nityananda Prabhu is. He also told Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami to go to Vrindavan, start writing Chaitanya Charitamrita. And wherever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes, Nityananda Prabhu is always there. Unless you chant Nitai, Nitai, Nityananda Prabhu's name, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda in the Panchatattva mantra, you won't get Krishna. So Nityananda Prabhu is Guru Tattva. Okay, all our gurus, all the paramparas, everyone represents Nityananda Prabhu. Okay, so he is the one who gives you Harinam and he gives love of Godhead. So tomorrow, and also to Raghunath Das Goswami, this is the Panihatti Chidadahi festival. Because Raghunath Das Goswami met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu without Nityananda Prabhu's knowledge, and so Nityananda Prabhu gave him a punishment. That is called the festival happened. And so we need to, if possible, those who can fast till noon, just 12 o'clock. You just have to skip your breakfast. You can have some fruits and milk and pray to Lord Nityananda so that he will give you the mercy, and we can invoke, because it's appearance. On appearance day, they are actually there to bless you. So if you do some devotional service and do some kind of fastings, definitely you get Nitai's mercy. Without Nitai's mercy, you won't get Nimai or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who's Radha Krishna. Okay, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram.